Tactically, how would he fit into Manchester City? How would he play, do you think, Ali?
Well, it's a different version of Lionel Messi than the one that played under Pep Guardiola years ago. And so you now have to sort out, okay, what would be his best role? What would be his best position? Well, he's going to have a free role. And think of David Silva. And we have seen what Lionel Messi became for Barcelona over the last couple of seasons, and in particular this year, more of a playmaking sort of guy, more of a facilitator. Well, think about David Silva in a more advanced position, and then having the freedom to go in every which way he wants, and everybody else just kind of adjusting. You are keeping, say, Agüero in a central position on the attack. Raheem Sterling gives you speed on the opposite side of Lionel Messi, and Lionel Messi with freedom to float in and out into spaces underneath of Agüero, or whenever it is that he chooses to go on the opposite side of the field. Then Kevin De Bruyne overlapping on the other side, coming out of the midfield, and then you start thinking about the possibilities of what Manchester City can look like. And the only person that is not excited about this is Phil Foden, who will sit on the bench very comfortably, because if Lionel Messi is coming, he ain't playing.
What about the red side of Manchester, Mark? Any interest there? Because obviously you talk about clubs that could afford Messi. They're very much on that list.
Yeah, United are one of the richest clubs in the world, but even United have been hit hard by the pandemic. They haven't been able to get a deal done for Jadon Sancho yet, and that basically boils down to finance in terms of the gap between what they want to pay and what Sancho wants to receive and what his agent wants to receive. So let's not be fooled that United are mega wealthy, that their owners have a lot of money in shopping malls in the US, and that's not taken well to the COVID situation. So Man United probably right now aren't in a perfect place to form a bid for Lionel Messi. They are, sponsored by Adidas, and Messi is an Adidas player, if that actually matters. But listen, if Lionel Messi wants to get away from Barcelona because he wants to play for a club that's about to win things, with all due respect to Man United, they're not there right now. They're not a club that will win the Champions League in the next year or two, I don't think. They're probably not going to win the Premier League in the next year or two. So in many ways, if he left Barcelona for Man United, he will be swapping one club in chaos for one club that's just emerging from chaos. And I think what he wants right now is a ready-made, tailor-made club that will win something straight away. But, even Man City isn't that. Liverpool showed last season that even Man City can't be guaranteed to win something. So he hasn't got a perfect destination unless, we're speaking to Jules earlier, PSG would be a softer landing because PSG would enable him at least to win some trophies in domestic league. But, would they challenge for the Champions League, which is what he wants? I don't know.
That takes us on to PSG, Jules.
It's an interesting one. Just before we came on air, I got a message saying that they were monitoring the situation, which is that they haven't made an offer. I don't think they've even spoken to Messi's dad, but they're looking into it. And of course they should, because they could find the money somewhere, and yet you might take some risk with financial fair play, as we explained before. You could try to make up that money and somehow make it work. The only condition for them is if Messi is free to leave Barcelona or for a very small fee, which I think is the same for Man City. It's the same for every club. No one will be able to pay even £100 million or €100 million transfer fee if then you have to pay his wages on top, regardless of how much he wants in terms of money. But if it was available on a free or for a small fee, then I think PSG will try for sure 100% to make this one happen. He obviously has two very good friends already in Paris, in Angel Di Maria and Neymar, of course. And you can just think, in Paris, they're already getting quite excited by the possibility, even just thinking about it, of what a front three of Messi, Mbappe and Neymar could look like.
Jules, you will now shout at me when I say, but from a football fan's perspective, surely we'd want him to go to like a competitive league.
Well, competitive like La Liga?
Well, at least you've got two horses in that league.
I'm kidding. No, but just don't give me the competitive line. Just say to me, we all want it in the Premier League. Of course we do. Of course we want to see him in the Premier League. I guess that, even at his age, this would be the best league for him. You want to see him against Liverpool, twice a season in the league, and then maybe as well with a bit of luck in the Cup. And then, who knows, maybe in the Champions League. You want to see, of course, you want to see that more than him in Ligue 1 playing against Amiens and Brest and Toulouse and Bastia and whoever else, even if they're not all in Ligue 1, the clubs I've just mentioned. But yeah, no, I hear you. I don't care. I'll take him every day. If you're not happy, you're not happy. You don't have to watch Ligue 1 with Messi in it.
That's fair play, PSG TV. Here's the old question, isn't it, Ali? Can he cut it in the Premier League? Oh, it's raining, cold, and defenders are hard.
Please. Honestly, I know you have to ask a question, because I guess people that are big Premier League fans and that have been saying all along, well, he couldn't do it here in the Premier League because we're physical, because we're athletic, because we're this and that, and it's tough, and the referees don't protect you, and defenders don't lay down for you, and all the nonsense that you have heard about the Premier League fans regarding Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, at his best, could play in the moon for all I care. Nobody's stopping him. The problem is that he's now 33, so you're not getting the best of him. You're getting a different version of him. And so there are going to be times in which you may say, yeah, see, he couldn't do it here in the Premier League. Nonsense. Whoever says that knows nothing about this game.
Mark, are there any clubs that we haven't mentioned?
Well, the one club that may be a slight outlier in this, and I think me and Jules have discussed this as well, is Chelsea, because Roman Abramovich seems to be giving it a real go again at Chelsea. He's had 2 or 3 quiet years. They haven't really invested in the transfer market, but they're having a real go this time. And I think, Chelsea is a very attractive proposition for any player, because it's London, and it's a great part of London. They have ambition. They've won the Champions League. They're a club that want to win the Premier League again. And they've got an owner who, in the past, has shown that he will do whatever it takes to get the players he wants. Now, it's been a while since Abramovich had a real go at it, but I do think that, I wonder if Roman Abramovich sat there on his yacht in Monte Carlo at times thinking, Lionel Messi, what a great coup it would be to get Lionel Messi. So I don't think Chelsea are one of the favourites, but I do think that Chelsea should be considered because they have a lot of things in their favour. And, I live in Manchester. I'll never say it's a bad place, but if you've got a choice between living in London and living in Manchester, I think Lionel Messi's only got one choice to make.
Not meaning to go all Marcotti here, Mark, but financial fair play, Chelsea spent a lot of money already.
Yeah, well, a lot of that money, the vast majority of that money was the money that they got for Eden Hazard last year. So they've only spent what they have had in the bank vault for a year. So, Chelsea, commercially, they make a lot of money commercially. They're a big hitter on the global scale. So, but you're right. I mean, they would face the same challenges that Man City would face in terms of balancing the books. But, Chelsea can generate a lot of money off the field in terms of commercial income. So, whichever club does sign Messi, if he does leave Barcelona, will find it challenging to do the deal, and I think Chelsea at least have that ability to do it if they wanted to.
Right then, I suppose the crunch question: at the end of the transfer window, where's Lionel Messi going to be, Jules?
He would be in Paris.
Oh God! Right, Ali.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think he will be in Manchester. I just don't see how he has gone through all of this process and has clearly made his point and said, I'm out. I'm done with this. And somehow backtracked. And once you send that burofax, then I think you're done. I think he's clearly made a choice here, and the obvious choice for him would be Manchester City.
Finally, Mark.
I think he'll stay at Barcelona. I've seen this in the past, on a lesser scale, maybe with Wayne Rooney and Man United. Twice he took United to the brink of going, and he just played a game. It was a standoff, and at the end, big clubs across the world, big clubs do not lose their best players unless they want to. It's very rare that a big club, a super club like Barcelona, is forced into letting a player go, even one like Lionel Messi. So I think that Messi will get what he wants. He'll get a new contract, and he'll probably get changes behind the scenes. But I do think, like people at Man City think, he'll stay at Barcelona.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.